Welcome to On The Bit. I'm Dave from Dream Thoroughbreds, and with me is Lenny from Bluegrass Bloodstock. How are you, Lenny?
Great, Dave.
Sounds good, mate. We've had first 2 days of the Caulfield Carnival and full of favourites. A lot of favourites have been winning, so hoping to find a bit more value on Caulfield Cup Day. And so as we say, the final day of the Caulfield Carnival, one Group 1, the big Caulfield Cup, and the rail's out 6 metres on Saturday, Lenny. So who do you like in the $3 million Caulfield Cup, mate? A handicap over 2,400 metres.
Dave, as always, the internationals throw a spanner in the works.
Yep.
Don't really know how, I've sort of been listening, but you don't really know how they've acclimatised until they pretty much get out there to the races.
That's right.
I've been really impressed with Jamaica, so I'm going to stick with the local. I think her trainer's he's a master. He's doing a fantastic job, and I think he's got this filly primed to the minute. Her win 2 starts ago, I loved the way she hit the line in the naturalism. She had 55.5. Her last 100 was her best. She really powered to the line, and you could really see that she's wanting that longer trip. And then she went to the Turnbull and was great again. Got beaten by a pretty good horse in Hartnell. But she smashed the rest. So draws 13, which I don't really think's bad. I don't think there's a heap of speed inside, so she should be able to glide across and get into a sort of a forward position somewhere in the first 6 or 7, hopefully. She's got a great weight drop, back to the 52.5. Obviously an Oaks winner, so I don't think the distance will be a problem for her. Obviously with Hartnell, they were going to run, but Scottish is running, so you've got to read a lot into that. They obviously think highly of Scottish. Articus, with Zach Burton aboard, got to respect them as well. He went on a Mairaki a couple of years ago as well, so I'd have to throw those couple into the mix, but probably left a few out as well.
No natural pacemaker in this race. It could be a bit of a muddling pace. You wouldn't want to be in the second half of the field trying to make up ground on Saturday, I wouldn't have thought, in this race. But you couldn't get a horse with a better lead up than in the Caulfield Cup than Jamaica. Really hasn't put a foot wrong this spring. The lead up runs have all been pointing to her peaking on Saturday. That naturalism win was good. I actually thought her Turnbull run was her best run of the campaign. She was fantastic. Although beaten by Hartnell, she trounced the others, and her last 200 was very strong. She just looked like a horse that was ready to run out a strong 2,400 and sprint home her last 400 strongly. She's run second. She's won an Oaks, as you mentioned, and she's also run second in the AJC Derby to Tavago. So very strong form at that distance. She'll pop across the field, probably sit about 3 pairs back. Excellent position. I don't think anything in Australia can beat her. She's got a lot of things in her favour. She's on the bid at $3.50. I've watched all the international runners in their last few runs on the tapes. The horse will get a nice run in transit is Scottish, I think. And he can really sprint at the end of the race. The only real doubt is he hasn't run at 2,400 in Europe yet. But if he sprints like he does at the way at the end of 2000, then he can run out the distance. It's going to be a massive show. He'll posse up forward. He's a sort of an on-pace type of stayer. Kerry McAvoy on board, riding very well. Good rider of international horses too. He understands how they need to be ridden, get them into a rhythm in their comfort zone. And the fact that Godolphin has brought him over is worth noting, considering they have a few stayers in Australia and they could have had any of them running this race. Definitely a danger at the $8. Another horse that comes through very strong form lines in the UK is Sir Isaac Newton, trained by Aidan O'Brien. He's probably the best trainer in the world, even though he's got a personality of a brick. Doesn't say much, old Aidan, but he's not that old actually. But he's got a very astute mind. He sends horses to international races all around the world, so I'm sure he sent the right horse to be competitive here. Few people may be put off by the Irish jockey that's on board, Colm O'Donoghue, but he's won a lot of Group 1 races in various countries, this guy. He's only 36, he's probably in his prime. He's $12, $13 each way. And I think he'll run out the 2,400 very strongly, so I thought he was a chance as well. Put in our Ivanhoe, John Hawkwood, Real Love Tally and the others for the trifectas and first falls. I don't think there's much else that can win it apart from that sort of group. Stable news, Lenny. What's been happening this week in Bluegrass?
No, this week nothing, Dave. We obviously a couple of runners. Dream had one of the 2-year-olds at
Columbia.
Columbia ran a nice race on Guineas Day. I think he's got a nice future ahead once he gets sort of 1200. And obviously Malaguera ran in the last, and pretty happy that he sort of beat all the weight for age horses there, which I thought he probably would. So, but as we've seen, these 3-year-olds are bloody good.
Yeah, Malaguera was a good run, but he got beat by our lay horse.
Our lay horse, and that could be the race of the spring, that Coolmore.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to be.
It's
so that's
amazing.
a Derby day in a couple of weeks. As you say, Columbia debuted on Saturday at Caulfield. Ran home in some very good sectionals, but we'll see him a bit later in the year, back in December, giving him a bit of a break during the spring. Not much around for him now. And Mr. Sneaky ran second last Friday at Geelong, just beaten in a bob of the head.
Yeah.
He was in front straight before the post, in front straight after the post, but on the post he didn't get the bob right and he got beat. So he's done well. He's had 4 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds. We think he's got still progressive type, so we'll give him a bit of a break as well and bring him back towards the end of December. Best on breeding, Lenny. Who's your best on breeding for the weekend, mate?
Dave, Voodoo Lad, race 10. I believe he's only a $36,000 purchase at the Scone yearling sale.
Yep.
But by the champion Siren, I'm Invincible. He's probably the best, you'd think nearly the best yearling that come out of that sale.
Yeah.
I'm Invincible. He just keeps churning out good horses. He's done a fantastic job. Once you really go down this horse's pedigree, you can see where the class comes from, with some Group 1 sprinters like Scalacci and Russetting that won a Group 1 as well.
Amazing, and I'm Invincible going for 36,000. Normally can't get near him.
No, that's right.
Value bets. I've got one value bet for the weekend. Caulfield race 3, number 6, Veselay. This mare has trialled up enormous for a resumption here. She's drawn barrier 2, so she'll lead this field. Has a great first up record. It's won at the track, goes really well up the 1100. So lots of ticks for her. I think she'll be too good for this lot on Saturday, and you can get $8 fixed each way. I thought she was great value on the bit. On the bit special, Lenny, who are we on this week, mate?
Got to get a winner, so I'm going short.
Yeah.
Race 9, Hellbent. Not often you see a horse, you see it sometimes, I'm not putting this horse in the same class as Winks, but when she won a couple of races before she went on her spree, and just the way she hit the line, this horse did that at Caulfield. It was an absolutely amazing win, and still won by 2 1/4 and had something in hand. Second horse, Shidell, come out and won on Guineas Day, so that form is just really strong. It's got 53 kilos, so weight special. Even money, 210 I think you can get.
Just wins?
Just wins.
Well done. I've been spruiking this horse a few times, but I'm still on it. Caulfield race 4, number 2, Sebring Dream. She ran another big race last Saturday in another race that you couldn't really make ground from the back, but her closing sectionals were exited last week in the Group 1000 Guineas. She's just crying out for 2,000 metres, this filly. That's what she needs. Michael Walker stays on. She's drawn out wide in barrier 13, which will just give us better odds. But she'll show a class on Saturday against this field. She'll be just too good for these fillies, and I think she's a good chance to still go on and run a really good race in the Oaks in 2.5 weeks' time. I thought she's $3.50 at the moment. I thought she's a get on the bit, Sebring Dream. Off the bit, Lenny, we just got it wrong last week. Star Turn made a mockery of us, but the 3-year-old form is just so strong against the older horses this year.
I'm not going to knock that form again. I'm going to knock a horse that was a massive run last week, and that's Seaburge. Backing him up, $3.35. I think the primary reason is barrier 1. There's a horse that's going to get back, and it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of speed, and I can just see him getting cluttered up on the fence. Also, you're taking a fave, you're backing up a week after a big run in a Group 1 3-year-old mile race, stepping up to 2,000. So you've got a few queries there, And I think at the short quote, like I think you're probably, it's a risk. I'd rather take something else at that sort of price.
I'm going to lay race 2, number 7, Akator. He won a benchmark 76 last start over 1500. He won at Newcastle before that. He got back in the run last start. He's stepping up the listed grade here, back in distance to 1400, around Caulfield for the first time. I think it's a horse that will get out to 2000 metres in time. So I'm not sure if we want to step into him at a $2.60. So I just think I'd leave me out of that one. So he's off the bit for mine. So a good day's racing, only one Group 1, but lots of group racing at Caulfield on Saturday. So hopefully a bit more value than the first couple of days, and good luck, and we'll see you for Cox Plate Day next week. See you later.
Cheers.